LR, the Liberal Redneck here, coming to you from a country where the new vice presidential candidate of the Democratic Party, Tim Walz, bears a striking resemblance to comedian Steve Martin. On top of that, he has directed some Martin-esque stingers at former President Felon and his running mate. I would love to debate Vance if he would get off the couch and show up. And crime was up under Trump, and that's not counting his 34 felonies. The old worn-out piece of crap nominated to lead the Republican Party and his very strange running mate are sinking like the Titanic since Kamala Harris has stepped up to lead the Democratic Party. She has ignited a firestorm that threatens to engulf the Republicans, and they do not have an answer to their problem. The race to become president of the United States is turning into a one-horse race, and the momentum has turned 180 degrees. The cognitive decline of the 78-year-old former president is increasing exponentially, and his running mate is proving to be a very poor choice. His cult remains solidly behind former President Felon, but their numbers are shrinking instead of growing. Republicans for Harris groups are popping up all over the country as disenchantment over the former president expands in groundswell movements. He declares himself to be a popular Republican president, but all the polls tell a different story. His second attempt at winning a second term is starting to look more like a crucifixion than a victory. President Joe Biden pulled off a very complicated prisoner swap that former President Felon claimed only he could accomplish. His insurrection trial over the January 6th attack on our Capitol is set to resume on August 14th. His sentencing for the 34 felonies from his hush money trial is set for September 18th. Then there is his obsession with size. Harris and Walz are drawing huge crowds for their rallies, and he is facing empty seats at his rallies. He is so upset with this fact that he held a totally incoherent press conference where he claimed his crowd on January 6th, where he led the attack on our Capitol, was larger than Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. Photographic evidence proves how completely wrong his statement was. He is showing much worse cognitive decline than anything President Joe Biden showed. The time has come for Republicans to put on their big boy pants and face reality. Your candidate has gone off the cliff and is beyond saving. You need to step away from this disaster and try to remake your party. This will be clearly demonstrated at the debate on September 10th. Harris will crush him into dust, and nothing will save him. He lost in 2020, and he will lose bigly in 2024. Smell the coffee and move on to Plan B. Trump is toast, and his continued efforts to save himself will fail miserably. Thanks for listening, and remember, always vote blue.